Hey, welcome to Sync. What's your name and what do you do?
So can I address you or the camera?
Yeah, it's either or. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
My name's Alfred Darlington. I make music as Daedelus, and I'm here to try to finish up Friday night for Sync. Try to bring it home a little bit and see what I can do.
Awesome. What also brings you to Sync? Like, what do you feel like you want to achieve?
Sure. My most intense concern about Sync is that it is a place for community to be fostered and ideas to be spread, things that I find to be central to my whole core purpose. And so I was attracted to come and participate. Mm-hmm. And I'll give a talk tomorrow and I'll play my little set tonight. But I'm also just like, my head's now full of sounds and my ears going to be soon full of ideas. And it's just, I'll walk away with just being buoyant all of a sudden. That's great.
Awesome. That's great. How was your travel? From Rhode Island, you said?
Yeah, Rhode Island. Yeah, so I traveled from Rhode Island today. I'm a little bit adrift at this point. I'm like, I woke up at 4 a.m. or whatever to get on the flight. It took some hours, and then it was a little secondary screening at the airport, and like all the typical things that happen with touring musicians. But in addition to that, there's just like too good food to have here, too much good coffee. So I'm like, I was really pushed for a second up with all the energy, and now I'm like a little crashing, but it'll be okay. I know the energy from the crowd and the overall loudness is going to make me possible.
Oh,
yeah, okay. It's going to
What
help.
sound can you say that you would be performing? Yeah. What would you classify your sound performing for this event?
Yeah, so I'm most typically associated with beats, LA beat scene, hip hop adjacent, broken beat, break beats, anything that kind of goes bump in the night. I'm interested in, but especially things that kind of go a little bit more than that. But then on top of that, I feel like I also have my digs in the bass kind of side of things.
Okay.
And I know tonight's a little bit more boots and cats and four on the floor and all the kind of glorious ways that can go. I'm sure I'll sum up a bit of that. I also feel the mandate to have some tempo. Mm-hmm. The things that are happening on my side of the border in America are disconcerting, discombobulating, disassociating, all the dis things generally for me at least. And so I haven't had the opportunity to react in the way that's most natural to me, which is through sound.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to tonight to be tempoed, be full, and be loud enough to kind of remember who I am and forget what's been going.
Yeah, for sure.
So
definitely,
I'm looking forward to that for being my mandate.
So other than the stuff that you're performing, what are you looking for? Is there anything specific that you are looking forward to? Looking at like workshops or any other artists that you'd like to see or something like that?
I mean, Saytech is another headliner that I feel like brings a lot of point of view. Mm-hmm. I'm always just looking for point of view. I mean, equally though, it's like all the talks I think have a considerable amount of like self-reflection, but also looking at the wider community. Great. This is my sweet spot. Perfect. I also am looking to kind of accrue information that I can bring back to my students. I teach at Berklee College of Music in Boston. It ends up being this kind of give and take of ideas that you can't presume that you know music any better. Music doesn't operate like that. Mm-hmm. You just have your own feeling for it and your own understanding of it, and you try to express that to others, and sometimes that sets off ideas. So I'm sure I'll get a dose of that I can then reflect on.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Where can we find your music, social medias? Like, where can we follow you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm early enough in the game that you can just type in Daedalus in almost any social media, Daedelus, and you'll find me somewhere.
Okay.
It doesn't take up much gutsing or much other additions. Yeah. That being said, social media is a fine place to come across the ideas and the sounds, but I realize wholeheartedly that it's not where the truth is. The truth is in a concert where we're together in the sound system. And so however someone might find the sound awesome, but let's be truthful. It's like, it's a different thing than experiencing it live. And tonight we get to do that. And so I feel so greedy and gracious that that's the thing that we're doing.
No, for sure. For sure. I'm not going to keep you too long. Mm-hmm. So we will ask you, what is your inspiring advice that you would give to anybody that wants to get into this industry. What's your advice?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different steps, both big and small, you can take to make yourself manifest as a musician. Now, do you really want to professionalize that? Do you want to make a buck off of it? Do you want it to be your all in everything? Potentially. It's good to recognize that sometimes passion that is monetized ceases being the passion that was felt. Mm-hmm. It begins to be the job-like thing. It begins to be this kind of different shape and idea, which is not unviable or not unkind or unwelcome, but it's different. It's remarkably other. And so for people to have that understanding of what they truly are in for, take some introspection, some kind of understanding. That being said, there's nothing more marvelous than being abundant in sound, both being the giver and receiver of that. And one of the best advice that I would give you is reflect upon some of the best producers in the game, some of the most activated artists were DJs first. And that isn't simply because they had something to say and they wanted to do it loudly. It's because they were listeners passionate about sound to the point where their cup overflowed and they had to express it. Mm-hmm. So maybe working on people can work on their listening ears and get those so honed in on what is good that they can start to then be even better proprietors, community members, sound making people, and that in itself is such a huge part of this. That's a skill that you can work on immediately in any situation, and it's you just choose it and it happens.
Awesome. That's great. Before we let you go, do you want to make a shout out to the Awesome Crew in Sync and then also Bnastybeats? Bnastybeats is my...
Cool. All right, sure. Yeah. Well, what's up to Sync? Thank you so much for having me out and to Bnastybeats for now talking with me. It's really rad that we can be doing this like this on a Friday. Come on. It's not even cold outside. We can be doing big sounds in a welcome way. It's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah. Dang.